Here at home base today is probably best known as the handsome but ruthless character Sean in one of America's top soaps, Dynasty. He's now back in Australia working on a new Australian mini-series for the 7 network called Flair. Please welcome James Healey. Two sex symbols on the very one set.
Yeah, but have you had a facelift yet? It's a fashion in Hollywood.
Yeah, you're looking good, James.
Yes, makeup and hairspray, Bert. Makeup and hairspray. Plus a few caps and, you know, plus the lifts in the shoes and what can I say?
Well, what we've got left of you, it still looks very good. James, I was told the very first thing I've got to say to you is James Bond. Haven't you got a beautiful James Bond story?
Yeah, that happened by accident. I wasn't going to tell the world this or whatever, but I met Colby Broccoli in a car park. And he says, you know, what do you do? And I says, what do you do? He says, come into the office. I went into the office. And he said, I'd like you to do a screen test for Bond. I said, but you've got Pierce Brosnan, you've got... I said, anyways, Bond is a wimp. You need a Sean Connery. He said, come to London and screen test for Bond. So I went to London, spent a week in London, Bert. Got the flu, got asthma, pumping the weights, watch Sean Connery do Bond. My name is Bond, James. I had this part, so I put lifts in my shoes, about 3 inches. I stagger out, and I said, can I put a little touch to it? Mr. Broccoli, make him different, maybe a bit stronger? He said, yeah. So I walked out. Action. Roll the test. Can I show him?
Yeah, sure.
This is it. This is my big shot at Bond. My name is Jimmy. Jimmy Bond. Colby Broccoli said, what are you doing? I said, I'm making him different, Mr. Broccoli. So we had a fight sequence with the lifts going in, and I was staggering around the stage on stilts. It was the worst test, apparently.
And Colby, of course, said, get Brosnan on the phone. Obviously. James, your career, though, I mean, even though you didn't get Bond, which would have been a lovely one, you'd be pretty happy with what's happened to you, wouldn't you?
I've been lucky, Bert. I mean, I had to, you know, kind of go to England to train, and I had to spend, well, 7 years in the reps, and then I just took the shot at America. Just thought I'd go over there and give it a shot.
Am I right in saying that you went to America after losing out on a role which you would have played beautifully in Return to Eden?
That is correct. 3 times I had a really good part, and the producer said to me, James, we need a name, a star. I says, yeah, well, what can I say? So they took the part away, and I went to the States. Give it a shot.
Tell us about Dynasty.
Oh, yeah? You want the gossip?
Yes, I want the truth.
Oh,
yeah, we want the truth.
The truth on the Bert Newton show, the truth. What do you want to hear, Bert?
I want to hear what Joan Collins is like, really, off camera. And how does she look close up?
In bed.
And can you see it flaking off? Oh. And if you can see it flaking off, tell me about it, tell me about it.
Wow, what is Joan like? Oh, God, we did a year. My first love scene with Joan. I was nervous, like men aren't supposed to be nervous, right, Bert? Hey.
Well, with Joan Collins, I think you make an exception, don't you? Because you know you've got a lot to beat.
Oh, my God. And I hadn't kissed her, and she was standing on the set looking radiant. So I did the makeup, sprayed the teeth, had a cigarette, brushed the teeth, lost my voice. So I came on, talking like this. The director says, are you okay? I says, oh, yeah, I'm fine. I went to grab her, and the guy says, hang on, manicure his nails. Because the gown was so expensive, they were scared of me pulling it off and ripping it. Yeah. First kiss was probably that was the sexiest kiss I ever had. Yeah. Girlfriend didn't quite, it was amazing. I mean, this is one full-blooded woman.
And what's she like off the set?
Misunderstood, really. She turned out to be friendly, nice. I expected a bitch, to be honest with you.
And she's not?
No, quite the reverse. She was just this image we have of people being typecast. Off the set, she was friendly, warm, compassionate, and she plays the image of Alexis. But underneath is a very gentle... I was stunned. She was probably the most professional woman I'd ever met.
That's great. That's great to hear. You're working on Flair here, the series in Australia for the 7 Network. And then what happens then? Are you going back or are you staying here or what?
I'm going onto the dole.
You'll have lots of company.
My name is Unemployed. I'm going back to the States, to do, it looks like a pilot for a series. But my family live here, Bert, you know, all 12 of us.
You're Irish born, aren't you?
Yeah.
Then you came to Australia.
No, I went to England.
England first,
Manchester,
Yep, then to Australia.
Yeah, came to Australia in '69.
And then with others, you went back and all of a sudden it happened for you. Over there in America, is it as rugged as we're led to believe, the acting profession?
In Hollywood?
Yeah.
Well, arriving in Hollywood with $52 in your pocket, I mean, it's tough.
So what's the first thing you did with $52 in your pocket? Did you ring an agent? Ring a friend?
There was nobody. I mean, I just went, Bert, and took the shot.
Well, how did you break through? I mean,
I lied at immigration. I says, you know, I said, look, I've got a station in the Outback. I'm worth $1 billion, coming for a holiday. Got into the States, and I had enough for about 20 letters. I wrote to all these agents. I got one reply. And he called me in, and within 3 days, Don Belisario, who created Magnum and Airwolf, auditioned for my own primetime pre-sold series on NBC, and I won the part. 2 weeks later, it was cancelled. So they put me under, So they put me under contract for 2 years. So I sat at home, watching your show.
Waiting for the phone to ring.
One of the shows, yeah.
And then knocking into cubby, and as we say, the rest is history. So it is back to the States, and obviously, I mean, there's a career for you to pick up over
You know,
there.
somebody offers me a job, Bert. I wouldn't turn it down, but... no, I see my family live here, and I'd like to work here.
Oh, so you want to stay in Australia?
Yeah, but it's just in the States, there is so much work. There's, you know, there's 270 million people, and the acting jobs come around more often. See, when I work in Australia, I worked at the Melbourne General Cemetery, right, digging graves. Now this is, yeah, it's true. Just so I could work once a year, maybe. So there wasn't the amount of work I needed. And digging graves, you know, practicing Macbeth, isn't they? Pretty grim.
James, I'm sure there are lots of great things waiting for you ahead, as there have been in recent times over there in America. Lovely seeing you, and good luck with Flair.
Thank you very much.